You're listening to Blue Radio, bringing the vibe.
Daily, the story that gets the greater share of the paper is this one that talks about the churches and how Ruto has dumped them. So apparently they are the deal has gone sour, and the clergy who backed Kenya Kwanza entered an MOU with candidates who would have seen them reap big after victory, but claim head of state no longer takes their call. So the promises that was made to the clergy was appointment to commissions, stake corporations, foreign missions, cabinet boards, and commitments of national and county governments. And then there is nomination to National Assembly, Senate, and county assemblies. And then there's also a promise to access the government support and resources. There's also tax waivers and exemptions, formation of a clergy circle for empowerment of ministries of gospel, and there is formation of registration of religious organization, delinking from the registration of societies. Talk about formation of cabinet docket for Ministry of National Guidance and Religious Affairs. And lastly, there is facilitation of formation of chairpertoncy, meditation and arbitration. That is on that story of the clergy. And then you see also there is experts rise red flag over education policies. Lobby questions. There's lobby questions. The rush to implement e-citizen payments. And then Manavu team, university funding model, and JSS. Lastly, there is a feature on why Kenya is gearing up to adopt the AI for health. That is what the People's Daily has got in store for us.
The Star this morning, and this one is quite interesting. Anxiety rocks cabinet ahead of appraisal meeting. So the president is set to host a second retreat with cabinet secretaries and top government officials next week. Anxiety has rocked government quarters ahead of the meeting, seen as a precursor to a looming cabinet shakeup. During the meeting, CS are expected to report to the president how they have fared with the Kenya Kwanza development blueprint. And then finally, lawmakers probe Uhuru era 500 Kenya shillings 592 billion spending. So MPs are probing how the Jubilee administration spent a whooping Kenya shillings 592 billion in their 10-year term. And then finally, this one is a headline to die for. Raila 2027 bid. And it says, new faces in as old guard sits down. Quite interesting. Mombasa governor being featured. Opiyo Wandayi, Babu Owino, Amina Mnyanzi, a Malindi MP, that one. And then you have Edwin Sifuna, Stewart Madzayo, akopia pale ndani. And then you had Fatuma Muhammad, a Migori member of parliament. And finally, John Mbadi, that is the ODM chair. This one, inside fight for control over Kenya shillings of 435 billion. And then contentious issues. A ministry wants to supervise school managers spending billions. This is about 365,000 teachers not exclusively answerable to commission. And then we have tussling over 1.3 billion training of CBC teachers. So there's this push and pull within the Ministry of Education and Teachers Service Commission. So get your copy to read in-depthly. And then finally, Kenya Kwanza, Azimio comes in fresh IEBC war. Like we started saying, as highlighted in the Standard, members of parliament resuming tomorrow. And what a hot bill they have to debate tomorrow. Murder. News tightens on man wanted in US. So police are closing in on a fugitive Kevin Kang'ethe, who strolled out of Muthaiga police station last Tuesday. His phone signal has been traced to Machakos, Nairobi, and Kiambu, but he hasn't been apprehended. Finally, AFCON, Ahmed Musa, the silent master running the show in Super Eagles camp. Get the Standard so that you can dive into this particular stories this fantastic.
Tusonga pole paka kwenye gazeti la Taifa leo. Tunaona kuna kidokezo hapa kwamba Kalonzo apanua mbawa. So siku moja baada ya Raila kuashiria kwa huenda akamuunga mkono kwa urais mnamo mwaka 2027, kinara wa Wiper anaendelea kuvutia ufuasi, Munya akiwa majuzi hadi kumkumbatia hapo jana. Inaonekana hadi sasa kinara wa Wiper anaelekea kuweka mfukoni Munya, Wamalwa na Raila. Wote wamekubaliana kwamba yeye ndo atakuwa flag bearer come 2027. Tukisonga mbele pale vile ni mswada wa kuwafagia matapeli wa mashamba, mswada wa kuzima wauzaji na walaghai wa ardhi unazungumziwa pale bungeni. Ukitaka taarifa nyingi pale ukurasa wa 5 unapata mengi zaidi. Tukisonga mbele pia ni kwenye vidokezo zaidi ni kwamba gredi ya 9 iwe katika shule za upili. Walimu wakuu wataka serikali ibadilishe uamuzi wake kuwa wanafunzi wa darasa hilo wasomee shule za msingi. Kwa hiyo wanaonelea ni bora gredi hii ya 9 ijumlishwe kwenye shule za upili. Tukisonga mbele ni ajira za kigeni, wauguzi walilia magavana. Wakuu wa magatuzi walaumiwa kwa kuwazuia matabibu kuenda ngambo, ilhali hapa nchini wanalipwa pesa 8. Tukimalizia pale vile ni King'ori Mwangi afa na siri zake. Afisa huyo mkuu wa polisi wa zamani aliweka masuala ya taaluma yake kwa siri hadi kifo chake. Kwenye taarifa nyingi zaidi unajichukulia nakala yako ya Taifa Leo ukurasa wa 2 na unapata mengi zaidi. Tukimalizia pale vile na sporti ni kwamba Arsenal EPL farasi ni watatu. Gunners wapaa kwa kulipua West Ham bila imani, wasoma mgongo wa Man City na Liverpool. Ni hayo tu kwenye gazeti la Taifa Leo.
You're listening to Blue Radio, bringing the vibe.